Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Tower of Fantasy video. Now, if you guys are not aware, I have some news for you guys. Again, not confirmed, but as of me posting this video, Sova_TOF has released a tweet. Now we're gonna check out the tweet, and it might surprise some of you. The first character for 2.0 is apparently gonna be Ruby. Again, alright, I want you guys to take everything you hear or see right here in this video with a grain of salt, because this is not finalized. There's a chance that they could change it, you know, like so. Take this information with what you will. Now, let's dive into Ruby's skills overall. Now, if you pull for Cobalt B, which is a bit unfortunate because I've said multiple times during my live streams, during my video, the only way they can balance the 2.0 characters to be like equally as good as the 1.0 character is if they don't have resonance, right? If Ruby don't have resonance, it makes sense to pull for Cobalt B. But sadly, for Cobalt B users, Ruby actually have flame resonance as well, surprisingly. I'm quite surprised by this. This is something that I think a lot of players are debating about. People think that they're gonna remove resonance from Ruby to make you pull for Cobalt B. People think they're gonna remove resonance from Sakifua so that you get Freak instead. So I think sort of makes sense, but again, Ruby apparently, it seems like she has resonance. Again, not finalized. Alright, I want to stress that out. Very important right here. So let's do some skill comparison. Alright, so we're gonna do some skill comparison right here. Show you guys a bunch of things. Hopefully we can observe it together. Now, first things first, you can see some of these are not fully translated. You can clearly see the elemental resonance here from Ruby, but you can see it's still the same 15%, 25%, right? So there's that. Okay, so for the advancements, let's have a look. Let's have a look at Ruby's advancements. Now again, so far, we have always had the same pattern. In CN, the numbers were too high, so they're going to reduce some of the numbers. So let's just do a very quick comparison with Ruby's advancements. So this is in the CN version. So you can see the 1-star here, 182%, and weapon skill cooldown reduced to 24 seconds. So 182, 24, so you can see straight up reduce. So instead of 182, it's now 180, 24. Alright, so pretty big nerf. This is like even higher nerf than the Freak's one. But again, Freak is fine as she is, you know? Even like nerf by half, more than half the percentage, and she's still pretty good. So I don't think this is going to be a big deal. Now let's have a look at the 3-star. So you can see incidental fire damage increased by 18%, and then Scorch settlement multiplier increased to 150%. So 18 and 150. So let's have a look. So this one is going to be 8 and 75. Again, from 18 to 8, 150 to 75, still half, more than half, right? The next one is the 5-star. So 75 points of weapon charge, 25%. So let's see if the number is the same. Okay, 5-star remains the same. Alright, so very cool. And then the last one is the 6-star. If you're a whale, increases Sparky's basic attack damage to 240%. Double the effectiveness of hit. And then the weapon cooldown is 16%. So 240% and 16. Now it reduced to 160% and 16. Okay, so you can see numbers readjusted there. So not that big of a deal, I think, based on the pattern that we have seen. In terms of the weapon charge, let me see if I can show you guys. So you can see her shatter is 11.5 and 8. Now it seems like it still remains the same. So they never modify the shatter and charge values for Ruby. That's cool. I do like it that the character still plays the same. I do prefer it that way, you know, that the characters from CN plays the same, feels the same. The only thing that they change is the numbers. That way the character will still have the same function overall, rather than changing them to be a charger or to be a shatter, you know. So let's talk about the basic attacks. This is where we're gonna see some, maybe more reduction. So this one, the normal attack, surprisingly, there's no changes right here. I just saw this one, 84, 253. So 84, 253, the exact same one. No changes right there, surprisingly. So let's have a look at the jump attacks, right? Area attack, 97, 106, 121, and 145. So you can see this one is the same. So the jump attacks is the same. Now let's look at this skill called Gocha. This is the whole attack. You can see 40%, and right here you can see 40% as well. Still the same. And then Falling Flames, you have 172.1%. So now they in English it's called Blazing Dive, which is 172.1%. Still the same, not much changes. So next we have Imprisonment Cage, which is a skill that you press attack twice and then you hold attack. So very cool. 40, 26.2. Again, no difference. 40 here, 26.2. Extremely similar. Let's have a look at the dodge attacks. So the dodge attack after she throws dolly, 84.6. Let's have a look. Dodge attack, 84.6. Also the same. Now, so far we have been looking at the same numbers throughout. Except for the advancements, we don't see any changes in the modifiers from the normal attack, jump attack, etc, etc. So skill and discharge, this is where we may see a little bit of changes, right? So let's first look at the skill. Now again, this one is not fully translated. The translation is not done, it seems. But I think we will have a very good indication whatsoever, right? So we want to compare just the numbers and see, is it like going to be a big nerf? So the first thing I see is the 4 seconds and 15 seconds. Is it still the same? 4 seconds and 15 seconds. As long as I see the number, that's fine, right? And then we can see 700% and 50%. So 700% and 50% still the same. Now this part seems to have a little bit of decrease. Basic attack damage to the target marked by hot increases to 110%. So if the target afflicted by burn is inflicted by you, and when spark hits, trigger a burn or ignite an additional damage of 100% of the remaining total damage. Multiple burns or burns are combined, right? The cooldown is 6 seconds and the skill cooldown is 30 seconds. So this one, I can see a little bit of reduction. I assume it's this one, from 110 to 50%. So you can see the 6 and 30 is still there, right? The 6 seconds and the 30 seconds. Again, still in Chinese. But the 100% seems to be reduced to 45%. I'm going to assume that's a number. And looking at this one as well, the passive. So during the existence of Spark, every time Sparky's basic attack, Sparky is basically Ruby herself, deals 1 damage, gain 1 stack of hit energy, up to 0.9 seconds, maximum of 8 stacks. And it seems like it's the same, right? So still 8 stacks, increasing flame attack by 25% for 25 seconds. Now this one has been reduced a little bit. So instead of 25%, it looks like it's 10% now. So very small, decrease in number. And last but not least, this is probably as important as well, which is discharge. All right, skill and discharge is the most important component of a character. So let's have a look. Big number here, 750%, 100%. All right, so let's have a look. 750, so the 100 reduced to 45. So what is this? Dealing damage equal to 100% of the remaining total damage, combined for multiple burns. Okay, so the burn is quite OP. They are trying to reduce it to 45%. Makes sense. 6 seconds cooldown period. The skill is even the damage for 2.6 seconds. So that one is still the same, 6 and 2.6. So overall, I don't think this is a nerf. I think Ruby is very solid, very strong in CN. I do think this is a very good balancing for global indeed. Now, if you pull for Cobalt B, I think I'm not sure what would be the best course of action, right? I feel like maybe stop and pull for Ruby, but then you might not have enough because Ruby, Cobalt B, back to back is gonna be a big suffering. Like I always tell you guys, never pull a character if you can on day 1, especially if you're free to play. It's better to wait it out, wait for at least before the banner is about to end, so therefore you get as much information and you can make a better decision. Alright, if you pull on day 1, like when the news for the next character banner comes out, you know, it's gonna leave you in a very like sour feeling in a way. Again, this is not finalized, right? Just want to like reiterate that this is not finalized. They could change this last minute. It could be anyone else. It could be a rerun, right? It could be like, there might be some breaks, I don't know. There's a chance that they will put like a Nemesis rerun banner in between and then only go to Ruby. There's a chance that they would change it to someone else, but we'll see. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, let me know what you guys think of Ruby. Are you guys excited? Are you guys hyped? I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.